my
Yeah.
gosh, I got stories for days. Question number 4. Is traditional dating slash courtship extinct thanks to modern technology such as internet dating?
No,
Yes.
no.
I say yes.
No.
Courtship is trying to learn. It's basically it's not necessarily dating the person, but you're trying to take time to know that person.
Mm-hmm.
They do that even online now. It's just online now. It's the same thing. You asking them questions. You might meet up and have a coffee or something with them every now and again, but no, it's not changed. Same damn thing. It's just online now. Either they go video chat or whatever. It's the same thing.
I'm a very traditional person in that sense. The way that people think that they just date, I meet you online, we talk online, and then that's it. Like I don't understand. I don't even understand what the dynamics are right now out there. You know, from what I'm hearing, it's not good at all. I don't know
I
what to.
say I say that dynamic is changing, and the reason why I say traditional dating is changing is because a third of married couples now today are met online, and although yes, they still chat with each other and all that, the way that you do stuff online is functionally different than what you do with traditional dating. Usually, through traditional dating, you met the person through your network. Usually, whenever you dated somebody back in the past, your mama, your grandparents, your great grandparents, it was somebody that they knew, and mostly it was around the town and area that they lived in. Nowadays, that's not how it's like. Yeah, you might chat, you might sit down, you might video chat, but it's completely different. The way that you navigate it has changed, and even how we define stuff now. Many people are choosing not to get married. Instead, they're doing domestic partnerships. They're just doing this, or they're doing like polyamorous relationships. So the
Oh,
way
damn.
that dating has happened has changed. It's not the same way as it was traditionally before. And a lot of Gen Zers and a lot of late millennials and Gen Zers don't want traditional anyway. If you talk to a lot of Gen Zers, they don't want it anyways. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's evolved and it's changed, and you just got to go with it. And I have no problem with it changing. I have no problem. It is what it is.
I mean, has anybody even internet dated before in this channel? Like, have we all went on a dating app or blackpeoplemeet.com,
Oh, I do it all the
Yeah,
time. I do it every
yeah.
day,
I
all
all
the
the
have.
time.
time? What the hell?
I have.
Listen.
I gotta
When
hear
you're in the
this.
LG, when you're in the LGBT, most LGBT people meet people online. Like it's like 60 to
Yeah.
70% is LGBT like are met online. So online dating is the like spot. Even amongst heterosexual couples now, like I said, a third meet online. Like online dating is becoming increasingly the means to meet, date, and eventually marry somebody, or get in a polyamorous relationship.
So okay, so Deontay, Salima, and Muffin Man, if you have what was your experience when it comes to internet dating? Like, what are some
Very
advantages?
positive.
Very
There's some
positive.
misses, but you
I
can't complain.
I have. I met some quality people, but it's difficult for me because with through the dating sites for whatever reason,
Uh huh.
it seemed like they're sending their representatives, and their representatives don't represent them. So I have a problem. I want to. I am. I'm leaning towards like meeting people in person, which also means that I now have to go outside and meet people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a whole nother thing. Um, you know, I've been home for the last 2 years, basically. So it's just like now I have to actually go out and be around people.
Yeah, I feel you on that because when I used to go on dating apps in the past and whatnot, and like I would just have general conversations with certain women, they'll just be relieved because they're having a conversation with somebody, And I'm like, why is that? You know, they'll be like, oh man, I mean, just everybody here wants to fuck. Like, I talked to this one dude. He just sent me a picture of his woo-ha. I was like, whoa, oh shit. Like,
I
just
mean,
right off the
no
bat.
key. Low key, that's even in the LGBT community, even when you go on gay dating apps like Tinder, Grinder, and all that, Scruff and all that, you get what she said is similar. Like I've heard that plenty of times.
Yeah.
The only thing a lot of people want to do is to hook up and bang, like literally.
She
That's
bang,
all
she bang.
there is to it.
Brian, do you have any thoughts? You got it. You experienced it once, right? Come on, man.
He had some hits and some misses, and and like if they can't form a cognitive sentence, if like they talk like Joe fucking Biden is an automatic, like not even friend zone, you just get sent into the void.
Joe
So like
Biden.
Not Joe Biden.
No, but
I've
he's a
I've talked to
great
some
man.
chicks where it's like, and it's usually the ultra attractive chicks too that have nothing in their brains to say. I don't understand it. Then it's like the ones that's the really attractive, but they smart. For some reason, they fucking insane. Like they just evil fucking geniuses or some crazy shit like that. Then you get the middle of the road ones where I can have a conversation with. I don't want to stare at you 24/7, but I can actually talk to you
Jeez.
on the phone. So that's been my experience.
Oh
Like
dear.
if she's really
Oh
pretty,
man.
like retardedly pretty, and knows that can form a cognitive sentence and knows what the stock market is or some shit like that, yeah, watch the fuck out. But
Oh my
if
goodness.
they middle of the road, you
I got,
know.
I'm being like on this because I'm like talking to my nieces and stuff like that. My nieces are, and I'm not just saying this because they're my nieces. They're gorgeous girls. One of my nieces is an actual model, and I'm just, I hope that that's not what they're experiencing right now. Like, oh, you so pretty, you either crazy or you stupid, because they're none of those.
Not
So
like, well, there's always exceptions. There's always exceptions. Like, not every pretty girl retarded, and not every pretty girl with a brain is fucking evil. But from my experience, it's like you better watch out. They keeping a
oh
list and
my
they checking that shit
goodness.
3 fucking times.
You better watch out. You better not pout. You better
Oh my
That,
goodness.
that's just from my experience. Like I'm not saying every female's like that. That's like model, like supermodel level pretty. Not saying they all like that, but from my experience, especially New York women, bitches is insane.
They New York women. Don't be like that.
Oh
Oh man.
shit.
Oh,
Don't do that.
So
I gotta ask for my opinion from what I experienced. Like I said, I'm not saying it's 100% true, but from my experience, and as a dude, you only experience but so many encounters with females any damn way that that you're trying to bang or get with whatever. Because a lot of times it's just like no means no, and unless you're a creep, you just move on.
let's follow up on that, right? Because we're talking about online dating. Are there more benefits than drawbacks when it comes to online interaction? Like, what are your guys' thoughts on that? And this is question number
The
3.
block button.
The
There
block
you go.
button.
The
Damn.
block button.
Holy shit. Speaking of blocking, let's
There's your
block your
benefit.
mojo.
Also, I would say this. Also, I would say that I would say there's more benefit because since you have more options or since there's more people available, you can opt out anytime that you want. And having that ability means a lot. Not having to just because if you're in traditional, if it doesn't work, you got to find a way how to close it out, how to basically end it. Where online, that's not really the case. So it gives you more options, so you're able to. You don't have to become too attached in the way that if you were in person.
So online, you could just ghost somebody, and that's just cool.
Oh,
Yep.
Ghost somebody.
Yeah.
Listen, ghosting be happening a lot.
It happens in real life.
it'd be a lot of ghosting online.
That's what I'm like.
It does underrated.
Folks like that.
It does underrated. Ghosting does happen, but here's the thing: when I'm online, even if we're having conversation, one of the things that's not counted or considered compared to online when you're in person. When you're in person, you pay attention to all the other details, not just what's being said, right? So like body language, your tone, your mood, and all of that, right? When you're online and you're just talking to somebody, all that the stuff that I just mentioned, you don't, that's not there. It can be interpreted however you want it to. So that's why I
That's
said
the
there's not that
problem.
huge deep, but there's not that huge deep attachment unless it's like y'all clicking and everything's going smoothly. There's not that really that huge attachment.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Dang.
Because that not having that huge attachment has prevented me from not feeling that I'm worthless, not feeling that I'm not somebody of valuable, or am I undesirable, because I don't have that attachment. I don't feel that, if they ghost me, that I'm just somehow less a person. Like, no, that person just don't want to be with me, or hey, they're not interested anymore and they moved on. And so I don't have to see their facial expression. I don't have to deal with none of that. I can just move on and be at ease. Whereas if I'm in person and you're giving them all these energy and cues, I would say it would hurt me. It would hurt me more because like I'm actually seeing it like in front of my face. Like it's not like nothing's thing. I see it. I see it in everything: your body language, your tone, your expression, the way that you're moving, the way that you're looking. I can see, and so that's why I would say one of the benefits is not having to have that deep attachment at the very beginning. Now, maybe later, once y'all been talking months or stuff like that, okay. But in the beginning, I think that's a good thing.
And drawbacks. The only drawbacks is when you meet somebody and that you think is going to work, and then it turns out to not work, or if you can't get the one, you get friend zoned or whatever the hell. But no, ultimately, there are always going to be more benefits than drawbacks. But if you got
And I
enough
would say
confidence,
this,
if you got enough game, and you got enough skill, you can get to the benefits. It's all on
Catfish
you.
too. That's a drawback.
and also I would say this. I would also say this: when online dating, you can choose the person that you want to be with, like, or you can choose the person you're trying to aim for. You may not, it may not be bullseye, but at least you like if you're online, you can filter or like what kind of people you want or what
Oh,
personality
you're talking
matches
about
your
the
style.
preferences. Oh, I was.
Yeah, preferences, right?
He said
So that's
bullseye.
something. Yeah, like no, when I'm but you may not hit the bullseye. It may not come into fruition. You may not get the person like I what you want exactly, or they may end up like just like friend zoning you. But you can at least pick your preferences.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, Umoja, can you hear us?
I was just hearing all this and like, what did I miss?
I know, right? You missed out a few good questions, man. I guess he's still busy. Muffin Man, what are your thoughts? Are there more benefits than drawbacks when it comes to online interaction? I'll take that as a drawback. All right. Well,
He ghosted. He ghosted you.
right, he ghosted. Speaking of ghosting, I mean, okay, like I get the benefits, right? I mean, obviously you get to, speak to whoever, you get to choose a preference, doesn't have to be serious. I would say the drawbacks as for a guy that is in the online dating scene, the attention span is very, very, very small. So it's like for the guys that are in the online dating room, it's like they have to find a good window to speak to somebody and actually have a conversation or whatever intentions they're trying to do. Because the woman that they're pursuing, they're already getting a bunch of messages, lots of pics, lots of hey, you trying to fuck. So it's like you gotta be that one little needle in the haystack to stand out. And how long? Who knows? So I think drawbacks like those are very, those are things that I would consider for the guys that are trying to get into the online dating. Even the plots and schemes too, or just the conversation itself. Like earlier, Muffin Man was talking about it, or we talked about in the previous questions. When you're having a conversation with somebody online, like they'll give one word responses. Like you're like, "How are you doing?" Good. They don't say good in yourself, or what are things that you look for in life or whatever. I don't know. Like it's like, what the fuck? Like, are you just a robot? Like, is this a live agent? What is this shit? So
anytime I see that just tells me that the person's not interested.
right. They're not interested. They're on something else. Now, best believe though, if they need some money for some gas or they need a cash app, they all ears. They'll listen to you. They'll have a whole conversation until you send them that transaction.
Are people doing that
Yep.
on dating apps, like asking people for
Yeah.
money?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, I got stories for days, but
listen. I've had some of the stories that I've had messaged to me are just straight crazy. They're like, anytime somebody does that, they're scammers. You automatically know they're scammers.
My ex was angry with me. I can't remember what it was, but I needed something, and I didn't tell him, like, I'm gonna get it. Like, that's who I am. And then just in general conversation, we were talking, and I was like, so and so and so and so, and he was like, so you went a week without, what you needed, without you didn't call me.
oh,
Like, why would I call you? Oh, he was very high. He was highly upset. I mean, but we almost got married, so it's a little different than, he wasn't just some dude. But that's just not me. So when I hear it, I'm like shocked that people are actually asking for money.
Yeah, like they'll talk to you for a bit, and they'll say, "Oh, something bad happened. Can you give me like this much amount of money?" They'll ask you that. I like the minute they ask you that, it's a scammer. It's a scammer automatically.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me.
Salima.
I'll go even further. There was one time they'll send you random text messages like, I want you to be, with me. Like the very first message. It's not even like a hello or, what do you like to do? What are your favorite hobbies? It's straight up like, I want to be with you, or I want to be your sugar daddy and all this stuff. And I'm just sitting here like, yeah, instant block button, because that's creep. Like, you don't just show up on somebody's thing and message somebody, and that's the first thing that you respond. They're looking to scam you. They're looking for money. And so I don't even entertain it.
Look, Jabari, I will stop you if you start lying. Everything is true. Salima, I'll give you an example, okay? I was talking during my time when I was in the dating apps. I was talking to this one chick on the phone, and she was like, we were just having a good conversation, asking like, oh, okay, how's you doing? What are you doing right now? She said she was with 3 other friends. She asking me, do I have $3 for an Uber?
$300.
I was like, first off, who pays $3 for an Uber with tax? That's impossible.
Unless you like 3 people from your destination.
I remember.
If anything,
this story is so funny. I remember this story. You so stupid. He said,
if anything,
how you need $3?
if anything,
you need. Hey, you need higher goals. You need some motherfucking higher aspirations. Asking a stranger for $3, man.
If anything, $3. I mean, you could get some Swisher Sweets. So then, wait, let me finish. So then I was like, no. I was like, you got 3 dudes over there. You can't ask $1 each from 3 guys. Like, what the fuck? When did we forget to use algebra or division? Like, what?
Wow.
Salima, this is what they do. Like, even what Jabari said. I had one that was talking to me one time. I was like, hey, how you doing? Peace and blessings. She's like, hey, I'm okay. I was like, what's wrong? You know, because I'm just like, what's up? Man, I'm at the gas station and I don't got no gas money right now. I'm like, how the fuck did you get there in the first place?
It's crazy how they think those stories will work and people don't see through, like, how you not see through the BS. Like, they're like, it clearly their story makes no sense. It doesn't add up.
So then look, this is when you frustrate them, right? Because you get real technical. So did you ask any family members to give you some money? Nah, nobody not picking up. Oh, I just need some money right now to pay this gas. I was like, what about your friends? Like, can't they just cash app you? Nah, I gotta take a MoneyGram from Bank America, or like my bank won't allow me to deposit. I was like, what? Your bank won't allow you to deposit money? What type of shit is this? I said this. 2022. That's all I gotta say. 2022.
Wow.
Oh, and speaking of that, showing that it was a scam. I remember this one dude. So like I said, he said, I want you to be my sugar baby, and I can be a sugar daddy, right?
Oh,
And so one of the very first things that I did was I clicked the FaceTime button, right? And he says I can't FaceTime, and I was like, really? Why can't you? He's like, I just can't. So I was like, okay, I know you a scammer, and hit the block button. I don't even need nothing else. The fact that you won't answer it means that you're a scammer.
Hey, Jabari, all right, I'm gonna get to the next question, but this shit is so funny. I had one.
God.
There was one that hit me up, text me like, hey, are you looking to be a sugar baby? Like, I'm willing to pay you, this amount a month. All I want is just attention, in return. So then I was like, you know what? I want to play around with this. I want to see how far are they, how serious they are. So I was like, you know what? I understand that you need me to trust, you need my trust, but I need to trust you. So like, I want to talk on the phone. I want to hear your voice. So then we get on the phone, right? She sound like Miss Poppins. I'll give you anything that you want. All I need is just your bank account information.
Question. And who's for this foolishness?
Question number 6.